Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to Behind the Curtain with the Granite Theater. We have one more week left of a 1940s radio Christmas carol. I am joined by artistic director Nicole DeMatte and Jessica Gates. Jessica, what do you do at the theater?
I act.
That is what I assumed, but I didn't want to make an assumption. What is your role right now?
I am Judith Davenport in the 1940s radio Christmas carol.
I heard a lot about you a couple episodes ago, actually, when we had your understudy in, I believe.
Yes.
So, awesome. Nicole, take it away. Tell me what's going on this weekend and etc. How's it going?
So we've had 2 just about sold out weekends of the show, which is, always really exciting. And it's like one of those things where I keep thinking, oh, I need to, put something on Facebook about the show. And I'm like, oh, there's 1 ticket left. I'm sure someone will get it at the door, so it's really great. I even had someone call me this morning and be like, we can only come Friday night, but there are only 2 seats available and they're on opposite corners of the theater. Like, what do we do? I'm like, I mean, that's what it is.
You sit apart from one another.
Yes, you don't talk during the show. But also, I've been saying for months, get your Christmas tickets early because, but because of that, we have decided to add another show at 2 p.m. on Saturday, which hopefully by the time this comes out, we will be able to promote. Right, live. We are live right now.
We're live. Yeah. So hopefully by the time this live show that we're doing right now comes out, spoiler alert, she promoted it anyway. So hopefully,
but don't tell anyone. But yes, we are adding a show Saturday at 2. So be on the lookout for that announcement, and then get those tickets fast. When we did that last year at Christmas, it sold out. That added show sold out in 36 hours. So
nice.
Yeah. It's a ton of fun, and I can't believe we have 1 more weekend left, and then we clean up the stage and start all over again.
How are we'll get to, because I know that you've been having auditions for the next show, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. First, let's talk over here to Jessica. Jessica, how has your experience been in a 1940s radio Christmas carol?
I've been loving it. I love the cast is great. Obviously Nicole's great. Judy's wonderful. The entire production crew is wonderful.
How different is it from Drowsy? So she was also the Drowsy chaperone in the Drowsy Chaperone.
How different is it?
What's the experience like?
I feel like so Drowsy was a musical, and this is not a musical.
It's a play with music.
It's a play with music. But besides that, I feel like, I don't know, I loved the cast of Drowsy too, but it was a much larger cast. And I feel like this one, we got to know each other a lot more. And in Drowsy, the characters are very superficial, and you have a character and you can emote through the song. And this one, the hardest part for me, and I think everybody else in the cast, is you have to create this character. You don't know most of the backstory of each of the characters, and just watching the process and watching people find their characters. Even Sean the other day said, Sean, he plays Fritz, said, it took me a while to find Fritz, and I think I finally found him. I'm like, it's the second weekend, Sean. But he does a great job. He's always done a great job with it. So
no, Sean is interesting, because because when we first talked about the character, I saw him as kind of like the jerk.
Mm.
And I said to Sean in auditions, like, you're really nice. I don't know if I can see you as a jerk. But you know, he was wonderful. And so we cast him, and his first, like, you could tell, like, his first few rehearsals, he was still trying to find the character. And I'd give him notes, mostly about, like, you know, rolling eyes or making noises before each line. Like, it just felt like he wasn't yet settled into, which is totally great for the first few rehearsals. But then when he found it, I fell in love with Fritz, and he's not a jerk. Like, he has this kind of thing to him, but I feel like he's the biggest cheerleader of the show, you know?
Yeah.
I think I totally see what you're saying about the cast is not too much different. I think it's like 13 versus, maybe 18. I think,
I think we're like
18 in Drowsy. But a lot of that show where, you know, you rehearse this scene with these two people, you rehearse these scenes with these three people, and then you like put it all together. Whereas this one, everyone was at every rehearsal because everyone is on stage the whole time.
You don't get to leave.
We have a comment here from Dina, who said, "Good morning, beautiful ladies." I'm gonna take that as a compliment for myself as well. Jessica is an amazing actor with an incredible voice.
Oh, thank you, Dina.
Yay.
I love Dina, and I was in Man of La Mancha, and it was Dina's first show, and now she is president of the board. And I was like, I think I have something to do with that. I like to take a little credit.
Were you Aldonza?
I was.
I just assumed.
The hair. Yeah, it's the hair.
It is the hair. It is the hair. It is absolutely the hair. Man, I love Man of La Mancha. I was singing it literally. I rewatched The Newsroom recently, which is just a completely separate thing. But I rewatched The Newsroom in November.
I was like, tell me how that
the HBO show, how that corresponds. Yeah, well, no, the huge, like, from the first episode, it's all Don Quixote quotes. And,
oh my gosh, that's funny.
But instead of quoting, she thinks that she's actually quoting Don Quixote, but she's just quoting Man of La Mancha. But it runs throughout the entire series. And by the end of the series, I was like, I have to listen to the Man of La Mancha soundtrack right now. If I don't belt out some "I'm Sancho, yes, I'm Sancho," I'm gonna freak out. So but anyway, I love Men of La Mancha. Anyway, so Dina says, you do okay, hold on, I've covered my face, so I'm just gonna take myself off. And Dina, we can't promote. She said we added a show Saturday at 2 p.m. Dina, we can't promote it yet.
We are not yet promoting the 2 p.m. show, but keep an eye out.
We are not promoting wink, 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 wink. Hey guys, listen, don't go to granitetheater.org or .org. Don't go to granitetheater.org right now, but soon.
Oh, that's amazing. Amazing.
How did you, Jessica, how did you get your start in acting? What made you want to become an actress?
I think Judy Garland in Wizard of Oz was my like.
And how old were you when you saw that?
Like
in
1938? 3 or 4.
Oh,
wow, you're a lot older than I thought. You were 3 or 4 in 1938.
Yes.
38 or 39?
Like
39.
39.
I should know better. So okay, so
but it was on TV. It was on TV.
Yeah. I assumed I was being facetious. So did you? Jane Carson said Nicole. Period. That's it. That's the whole comment.
Hi, Jane.
Nicole. Period.
Jane's one of our volunteers.
So what about The Wizard of Oz and Dorothy made you want to? And have you ever played Dorothy?
No, I sadly never played Dorothy.
Okay.
I will sing Somewhere Over the Rainbow until my dying day, but I've never played Dorothy or even been in a production of Wizard of Oz. The closest I ever came was playing the witch in Into the Woods. So that's a little related.
Right.
Yeah.
But
But yeah, I don't know what it was. It entranced me, and it's one of those movies that I will just watch over and over and over again. And I love Judy Garland in general because of it. So this yesterday, my hair kind of looked like Dorothy, Judy Garland. And I'm like, it's okay that I'm like 40 years older than she was, but I will still live my childhood dream. But yeah, that was my initial, like, I want to act and sing all the time.
I think that's great. Now, well, okay, because you brought up the Wizard of Oz, and it's timely, I have to ask, because I haven't asked either of you. Wicked, the Wicked movie. Have you seen it yet? Neither of you have seen the Wicked movie.
Have you?
What, have you been busy? I have not. I have not seen it yet either. But that is a not that I haven't been busy, but I've been able to go see the movie. I would have been able to go see the movie. I haven't because I have an anxiety disorder, and sitting for 3 hours in a movie theater would just wig me out. So I would not want to do that. So I will be, my best friend who knows this, who's like gone to concerts with me and been like, I'm never going to another event with you in my entire life. You are an anxious weirdo, which, by the way, not it. Anxiety is normal, guys. Don't worry about it.
Not a weirdo.
Okay? But anyway, he's like, him, my girlfriend, and his fiance all went opening day first show to the United to see it, right? And like, my girlfriend and his fiance cried the whole time and whatever. And he's like, he texted, and he knows why I didn't go with them, right? It's not like I don't want to see the movie, although I've never seen the Broadway show either. And I've never seen a production of it. But I'm very aware of all of it. You know, I haven't seen it. I know the soundtrack and everything. But anyway, he texted me the other day and was like, dude, are you gonna go see Wicked or what? I'm like, no, why? You know that I'm not gonna go see it. I'm waiting for it to be on Disney Plus.
Yes.
And then I will watch it and
sing at the top of your lungs.
Yeah.
Nah, probably not, but anyway, so how come you do you have interest in seeing it? You've just been busy?
Absolutely.
Are you fans of Wicked?
Yeah, I saw the original cast in 2003, front row. I won a lottery ticket for that. No, I absolutely loved it. I want to see it. It's just, the first movie I went to actually was about a week and a half ago. The first movie in 3 years was Moana 2. I took my daughter.
Oh.
And so yesterday a song came on the radio and she said, "Is this from Wicked?" And I was like, excuse me, why do you think that? It's not, but why do you think that? So her teacher, I guess, told her about Wicked and she's interested. So I was like, can she sit through a 2-hour and 40-minute movie? I don't think so, but I'm considering it. But yeah, then Jessica's just been in rehearsals and shows.
Yeah, pretty much.
Well,
I also don't. I've seen it. I only saw it once on Broadway, but I've seen it like 3 or 4 times, and I absolutely love the show.
Yeah,
and I adore Kristen Chenoweth and Idina Menzel, and I'm just like, do I really want to listen to Ariana Grande sing Glinda? How do I feel about that?
Yeah, I
so I'm on the Disney Plus train too.
Yes, yeah. Just wait till Disney Plus. It's fine. Not that you shouldn't go support local movie theaters. Moving on. I don't know.
I'll go see something else.
I'm walking.
Moana 2.
Moana 2. It was great. It was great.
Exactly. Did you saw Moana 2?
Yes, I did.
Sorry, I got distracted for a second. I know that you just mentioned. How was Moana 2?
It was wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. It there was one song that I couldn't get out of my head, which now I have since forgotten, but I've seen Moana 1 so many times that like I can't, the songs aren't as good to me, but it was a great movie.
It's Lynn again, right? I would assume.
Yeah.
Now I'm a little disappointed in something. I got very excited here, and I may be in the minority on this. I didn't know that Mufasa, the Lion King, was happening. And I got excited about it after hearing like an interview and whatever. And then I saw the trailer, and immediately within a nanosecond of seeing the trailer, I went, oh, never mind. Because I hate the live action version of
Yeah.
the thing. Like I was just like, oh, I wish that this was animated. Like, and I know that it's still kind of animated, but I just like, and I might be in the minority on that, but I was like, oh man, I really wish that it was like early 90s Disney
Yeah, no.
animation.
Yeah,
The
I don't like
CGI
that.
animals are weird to me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. CGI animals are super weird to me. Like
I
would-
couldn't get through the Lion King.
I
I think
didn't
after like
watch it.
15, 20 minutes, I
the
turned
new
it
one
off.
or the
The new
original
one.
Oh yeah.
No, the
I haven't
original is
seen it.
great. I, love
I haven't
the
seen
original.
I haven't seen the live action or the CGI.
It's not even worth watching on Disney Plus.
Yeah.
to me.
No, Disney Plus. No.
Yeah. All right. Back
Anyway,
to
back to
live theater.
back to live theater that doesn't use CGI.
Which
Just-
is the great thing about
I
it,
know,
right? I
isn't
mean,
it?
just the not that so this show, especially with the set and everything else that you guys have going on, you really feel like you're there. You really feel like you're transported. I feel like there's less of a suspension of disbelief needed in this show than in most shows, because from the second you walk into the theater and everybody's on stage milling about, going about their daily routines and getting everything set up, you're in it. Like you're in it, and that set is gorgeous and everybody does such a wonderful job. And really, like, the level of suspension of disbelief, with the exception of the fact that it is a show and there's no fourth wall and all of that stuff, it really puts you into that. What are your thoughts on the world of this show and what's been created at the Granite?
You want to try this
Me?
one? Take it.
I first of all, I totally understand why DJ wants to like chain herself to the booth and not let it be torn down on Sunday. It's just an amazing, like it's absolutely beautiful. The curved sound booth that was built on stage. It's great. But yeah, it's weird as an actor to just be on stage, but the audience isn't sure that you're supposed to be on stage.
Yeah.
And that was a little weird at first. It was kind of like nonsense when I had to go out in the audience. It was it's like, is this supposed to happen? I was like, yes, it's supposed to happen. Just go with it. That's always a little weird for me. And I think sometimes it's weird for the audience. Like if I was in the audience, I'd be like, what? Should I be talking to them? Yeah, it's I love the ability to just like get up in the middle of the act and go get a cookie or go get a drink, or like Sean and I will play cards, and it was just like it's such an immersive experience. And sometimes, I think you said this last week, sometimes, we are still acting, but sometimes like a line gets jumped and you have to think on your feet. It is really true to what actually happens in theater.
Yeah. Because you guys are on stage and doing like, stage business, the whole show, do you ever like have to replace props and stuff because things get used, and like because things get used not in just the course of normal blocking? And so for example, I did the first show that I ever directed was 12 Angry Men, which everybody's on stage the entire time, and I had to play a role in that just somebody dropped out, so I needed to go in, and it was juror number 12, which doesn't really have many lines. And so I just found myself like walking about the set, like doing random things. And one day we had styrofoam cups or little paper cups or whatever, and one day I was flipping my pencil up and down while someone was giving a monologue, and I stuck the pencil into the top of the thing because I thought that it would be a funny joke. And then we never like reset the stage. So like we never like checked and did everything. So a couple of days later, we're doing a production of it, and I went to grab a cup and fill it up with water, and I went to drink it, and it was that cup, and it just all over my shirt jacket. And so I'm like, there's in a musical or something where you're like constantly in and out of stage and you're not on stage for the entire time, you're only using the things that are there. But if you're like, well, I'm on stage but I'm not doing anything, so we're going to play cards, or we're going to we're going to do this thing over here for a minute, like you can mess stuff up on set for yourself. Anything like that, any fun stories or anything of the stuff that you've done while on stage but not on stage? Not on stage.
I can't think of
Well, in
anything.
general,
It
like the
happens,
cast
but-
eats, they drink, so like all of that needs to be replaced. Erin knits or crochets. Is she knitting or crocheting? She's crocheting. Yeah. So
Same thing.
There's yarn.
there's yarn.
involved.
There's yarn that needs to, be added. Yeah, I don't know of anything funny. I've kind of disappeared because I don't give the pre-show speech in the show, so I've
There you go.
Yeah.
not really been there. It's really interesting.
Is there no I'm sorry, there's no pre-show speech because of the way that it
Because of the way it starts. So about 25 minutes into the show, they welcome in the audience, and
Yeah.
Jack gets the pre-show speech then. And so, yeah, which I will say, like, I know people are definitely confused about because the action starts 10 minutes before curtain.
Mhm.
So people like walk in the theater and they're like, oh shoot,
Did I miss
they're
it?
out. What are
Yeah.
like, right? Or if they're already sitting in the theater, that does it start? Where is everyone? And then it does kind of just start, and you don't know if the show has started or if it's still this like beginning thing. So you were just sitting in the audience for 25 minutes going, interesting. Do they know I'm here? Like whereas every show that we've done,
Is that in the script, or did you make that choice?
it is in the script.
Okay.
Yeah. It is meant to be a working radio station.
Right.
But I mean, same with Nonsense. I didn't give the speech in either because they were putting on the show. So the nuns gave the speech. But otherwise, I'm like, here, we are starting the show. There you go.
Are you trying to figure out new shows that you can do where you don't have to give the speech at the beginning?
Now I am kind of
You know.
because I've
Is that how you pick the season?
right.
I mean, with a 1940s radio Christmas Carol and then Nonsense, I mean, it could be habit forming.
Stop it. That was a nonsense joke.
I'm here all week, guys. My entire purpose in life now is to find ways to weasel in stupid jokes into this show specifically. I don't know if you've noticed, every single week I have found a way to make a very specific show joke, and they're not funny, but they make me laugh. So, anyway,
They are funny. It's an inside joke, but
Thank
it's
you.
funny.
Sometimes it's a long walk for them, honestly. Steve Spartano says Jessica's voice is phenomenal.
Oh, Steve, I love Steve.
And he also then threw some shade and said, even I've seen Wicked. So
Steve, I'm so proud of you. Steve, we're slowly training him to like musicals.
okay.
Yeah. I don't think jumping into Wicked, I would not, as his musical theater therapist, would not have suggested Wicked as early as he saw it.
What is if you're trying to get somebody to start appreciating musical theater, this question is for both of you. What are your first shows that you want them to watch or go experience?
I think it depends on the person.
It does. But I will say there are some. So at the beginning of the year, we did title of show, and I do think that is a wonderful starter musical for people that are open-minded. But in terms of like, you watch them create a musical and like what goes into it, and it's not. The thing you have to understand about musicals, and not everyone understands this, is the reason that the people sing is because they're their emotions are so strong that they can't say the words. So like it's not enough to just speak, they have to sing or they have to dance. And that makes total sense to me because I do that in real life. But to the majority of people, they're like, why are they singing? No, just speak. Like this is not real life. And so those like big shows, like I wouldn't start with the older shows like Carousel, Oklahoma. Those are not great starter musicals. Honestly, Disney is probably a great starter musical because you've grown up with the movies.
Right.
Then if you're going to see Aladdin or Beauty and the Beast, you're like, this is something I've already connected to, and now I'm seeing a bigger, Lion King, right?
Yep. And then you can just fall in love with the theatricality of it.
Yeah.
And the experience of sitting there and watching live theater.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that?
I was going to say like The Lion King or something like that, but Wicked is probably one of my favorites. So I would be like, you need to go see Wicked just because, not the movie. I mean, go see the movie, but the actual
Again, we have no dog in the fight for the movie. You can go see the movie. You cannot go see the movie. I don't care if you go see the Wicked movie. I do care that you go see a 1940s radio Christmas Carol at the Granite Theater. And I hear there may be another show added Saturday at 2 p.m. I don't know that it's official yet. Hopefully by the time this airs, again, we are live. Anyway, so auditions are happening right now for the Full Monty.
Right now.
Mentioned.
Yeah.
How long is that process usually for you?
So we did 3 hours on Saturday, and then we have 2 hours tonight. See, the emotion was so strong I needed to sing it. Yes, so from 7 to 9 tonight we are having auditions as well. Please come out because I do think that we will have all, if not most of our cast tonight. Most, if not all, that way. And because we had great turnout on Saturday, a lot of returning people, but new people, and it's always really exciting to have such a wonderful mix. Like even in 1940, I'd say maybe 40 to 50% of the cast is returning, and then the other 50 new, and some of them brand new, like
to theater.
Yes. Yeah, so I think both of the, is it just Ezra and Petey?
Yeah.
So both of our Jackies, it's their first time on stage, and
that's awesome.
They're amazing.
Yeah.
They're amazing, and I'm so happy to find 2 brand new young men that sing. That is new.
Yeah. Are you trying to figure out how to work the 1940s radio Christmas Carol set into the Full Monty so you don't have to destroy it?
Oh, that would be wonderful. But unfortunately, we cannot. The crazy thing about Full Monty is that it takes place in like 20 different locations.
Yeah.
So we're trying to figure that out right now on our medium-sized stage.
Here's a scrim.
Yeah. I don't love a scrim and projections. It's it's not my favorite thing.
There was the version of Guys and Dolls. I don't remember what year it was, but it was what is this, the Gilmore Girls? Lauren Graham was Adelaide, and I think like Oliver Platt was Nathan or something.
Makes sense.
And it was all like a screen that had like projections of New York City, like it was like literal video footage on a video screen behind them of New York City. And I was like, I didn't see it, but I saw clips of it, and I was like, this has ruined theater for me. Like, I do not like that. I don't mind certain like things and projections and whatever, and the use of video if it makes sense in a certain context, but like
There are
There's a video wall behind us, and we're just going to show New York City. Like, oh, that's
I was so upset when I saw the 25th anniversary edition version of Les Mis, and they like CGI'd behind even stars, and I was so mad at the intermission. I'm like, what the heck was that? Like, what just happened? This is not Les Mis. I want my rotating stage. I want the bridge to rise. That is theater magic, not
Yeah.
CGI.
They didn't have a turntable?
They may have had a turntable, but I was so upset about the bridge
The
not
bridge, yeah.
rising.
which production of this was?
It was like the 25th anniversary touring edition,
Oh, okay.
and I had already seen it like 2 or 3 times.
Yes.
Super fan. Yeah, so there are, these newer shows where they're modern and cool, and
Yeah.
the projections make sense.
Yep.
Especially like A Curious Incident of a Dog in the Nighttime, right? Like that kind of overpowering. That one's the little boy has autism, so that feel makes a lot of sense for projections. But I saw Anastasia on Broadway, and that just should not be projections. Like that is that is a castle in the turn of the century. Like, and so they had like these castle-y things, and then inside was all projections, and so the scene changed, and it just completely took me out of, and again, Broadway can do a good job of it. They do the best job of it, and it still makes.
I would
people
rather
mad.
see a minimalistic production of something than
Me too.
Yeah, it gives me the same ick as the Lion King
CGI, yes.
Yeah. It's the same exact
It
feeling
is.
for me.
Yeah.
Like I'd rather see that. The first time I ever saw Phantom of the Opera on Broadway, I was so thoroughly unimpressed with the chandelier.
Oh my gosh, me too.
I had heard like the chandelier is the
Yeah.
greatest thing that you've ever seen in your entire life. And I was like in the balcony, like looking up at it, like it was pretty close to me. And I was like, that thing looks like Jim Henson made it in the 80s. Like, what is happening? And then it was just like I was there were so many other things that were impressive about the show.
Oh gosh,
The
yeah.
chandelier was just disappointing.
I specifically remember, and I think it's because when you build things up like that, because the chandelier starts on the ground, in the beginning of the show, and then rises, and so that part is cool. But then when the chandelier crashes, it was like, kind of like, I'm gonna be honest, I am not a huge fan of the Radio City Christmas Spectacular, and I think it's because when I saw it when I was a kid and was wowed by it, and then I went as an adult in my 20s, and
It's technically an adult.
Yeah, right. I was gonna say like a young adult, but like the falling of the wooden soldiers is so slow. It's like so slow. It's not impressive to me.
I've never seen it, and after that rousing review,
I'm
I
sorry.
don't think I will.
It's also like so expensive for a 70-minute show. I'll probably bring my daughter,
I mean, because she'll think it's great.
She'll
and then
think it's
she'll
great,
go back in
and
her
then
20s and she'll go, what was my mom
know,
doing?
I'll
This was-
warn her at least, or them. I'm sure my son would love it too.
Yeah. So the Full Monty, how many, like, have you had a lot of people audition so far? How have turnouts been?
Yeah. Really, really good. I'm really happy. I can't tell you I know a number right now. But 7,000 people. But yeah, they did everything. They sang. I choreographed a little dance. It's super fun. And now of course I've like pointed out that I sing when I get excited, and then they read sides, and there are definitely some people that were like absolutely that person's that person, you know what I mean? So that's great. It's great to have on the first day of auditions. And yeah. And a number of, guys that are, let's do this.
I was at Perks and Crooks the other night, and I don't know how I came up. We were talking to the bartender about how we were in a show, and you should come see it. And this man was like, "I just auditioned for the Full Monty, and I've never seen him before, and I've like done shows at the Granite for the past 10 years." And I was like, "You did? That's amazing! Good luck! That's pretty cool. This is awesome." So you're bringing in all kinds of people, new people.
Yay! I love it. I love it. Cool. The bartender?
It wasn't the bartender. It was a patron just sitting at the bar.
Amazing. See, people are listening to me. Come hang out with us. Yeah. But no, the show is so beautiful, and fun, and the music is great. I don't know if you're familiar with the music of Full Monty, but wow, no, it's just spectacular. So I'm really excited, and yeah, we're having auditions. We're having auditions early. We won't start rehearsals until like early January. Mm-hmm. But it kind of gives us time to, not try to get people into audition around the holidays. And then in January we are getting a new light rig, so the theater will be completely dark.
Ooh,
yeah,
that's exciting.
That is really, really exciting. The light rig is old, and it's clear that when it was put up, and it was possibly put up, I think, before the Granite was the Granite. I think when it was the Colonial. Yeah. And then over the years, people have added things. So the last 2 years, we've spent a lot of time taking things down that maybe were not supposed to be there. But no, so a professional company is coming in and taking everything down and starting over again, putting everything up very safely.
How excited are you about
I am
that?
so excited, because it gets to be exactly, now I've been in the space for 2 years. It gets to be exactly what we need. Mm-hmm. Right. And so even like pushing out farther into the house so that we can light the apron of the stage, which we can't currently do, which is fun. Like even in Christmas Carol, there was one spot where I was like, okay, no one stand right here because we cannot light it.
Yes, I know exactly what you're talking about. That's the Westerly High School, Ward Auditorium at Westerly High School. The lighting system there, every year I would come in to do the spring musical or whatever it is that we were doing, and I'd be like, who added these lights? Why are they here? What is going on right now? And like nothing ever, just people touching light boards and lighting fixtures that shouldn't be is crazy. And there's always dead spots, and you're like, why did you do, what are the dead spots? Like, can we just, I would give anything for just a wash across the whole stage. I love that. That's one of, I'm such a nerd. That's like so exciting to me that you're getting a new lighting system. I think that is awesome. What are you going to do with the old one?
Well, so it's just the grid.
Okay.
So it's just the rig, just the pipes, essentially.
Oh man, I was gonna say, like, I was hoping that you were gonna be able to get to destroy some of the lights.
Oh yeah.
So let the full Monty cast destroy some of the lights.
To upgrade,
like a big ass rock and throw something.
Yeah,
see, fax machine in Office Space.
No, big ass rock is from Full Monty. So he threw in another.
I'm sorry.
I'm fine.
So
no,
good.
No.
It's
I don't
so
know
good.
The music that well. I do know what you're talking about.
Just try to be subtle.
Didn't mean to ruin it.
You didn't ruin anything. There was nothing to ruin. I was like, one person is going to get this reference.
It was me. But so I would absolutely love to upgrade the lights, and that is on our scope of,
yeah, but the grid is the most important.
The grid is the most important part because safety wise, right? Yes. Our lights are very old. And I will say we've lost maybe 11 this year. And maybe another like 10 last year. So our store is gone of lights.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So I don't it's one of those things where I don't have any more lights to add if I need more, to
Yep.
cover a space. But to completely update everything would have cost us in the vicinity of $200,000, which we do not have. If anyone would like to help with that, please feel free to reach out. But so the plan is to, get the light rig in a great place. And again, I'm very excited about it. And then slowly start incorporating lights, ideally LEDs, which are energy efficient, and we can do more with them. And then, it'll be a process, but I am okay with that process. And
Yeah. And of course the LEDs, I mean, they're great because, you don't have to get up on ladders and mess with gels and stuff as much.
Yeah.
So that's obviously a huge benefit.
Yeah.
What are you looking forward to most about this weekend being the, does the final weekend of a show, does it hit different? Does it,
I'm already sad.
yeah.
I mean, like, happy that it happened, sad that it's over.
It's not over yet.
No,
I
but
hear that there might be another show. So
I know I might get to spend all day Saturday with my cast, which I'm excited about. But that's what I'm gonna miss. And I live in Providence, so like being down here all the time with, I've made so many friends, not just this cast, but like the production team, the staff, the administrative staff, like just at the Granite. They're just such a wonderful.
Yeah.
I've always said the Granite's more of a inclusive, like welcoming community than most community theaters I've worked with in Rhode Island. Not that they're bad or anything.
They're all bad. Go to Granite Theater. That's awesome. How was and Nicole, you and I have talked about the fact that there's cast members from all over the place, even like up to Massachusetts, Connecticut. During so you take the hiatus, right? After the Christmas show every year. And then you start back up again in March. So you're usually dark during the winter, which makes it better. But there's a little bit of a winter storm that Westerly didn't get affected by really at all the other day. But coming from Providence, I assume you had to go through some snow, sleet, hail, rain, etc. to get here.
I actually we didn't have a lot in Providence.
No,
it was it was like a dusting, a coating. So I was fine from Providence, but I know some people in the Connecticut area were really affected by the snow or just the traffic.
Yeah, the snow and traffic were bad in some places. Yeah. I didn't even realize that it was snowing at any point during it. I talked to Andrew, one of our camera operators, who also works for the town of Richmond, and he was like, "I've been plowing since 2 a.m." I was like, "Plowing what?" He was like, "We got like 3 inches of snow here, and now it's all turned to rain." And then, obviously, and then DJ.
One of our actors
she
flipped her car during that.
She's okay. Still came in and performed.
She'll be here on Wednesday.
She walked in and she was like, "The show can't happen without Esther," which I love so much.
It was amazing. She's like, "I don't want to be that person that just I don't want to be that person that doesn't show up." I'm like, "You need to take care of you."
Yeah.
She's like, "No, I'm coming. Please go to the hospital and just get checked out, please." But yeah, she's amazing. At the end of the night, she's like, "I need to go home now." I guess, please take a nap.
I got a text late that night after the show was already done and all of that stuff. And I just got a text with like photos of the Jeep on its side and whatever. And I'm like, what? I realized that it was daylight and now it was like 10:30 at night. I was like, what happened? What? Are you okay? She was like, everything's fine. I did the show tonight. I'm like, what? What is happening? So yeah. But man, some people take the show must go on too literally. Honestly, I think.
No, I mean,
but-
I obviously so appreciate her dedication to the show, and it was, you know, amazing. Things like that have happened before where
Yeah.
we've had to last minute put someone in. DJ had texted me right away saying that she, you know, she was going to come to the show, but she was, you know, she'd let me know if anything changed. And then, you know, my first thought was, well, I guess Judy's going on as Esther.
Yeah, that's
Like-
It's like, not that I don't want you here, but
Right,
I mean,
right.
Judy could
Judy
call the
could-
show from the stage. It's
Judy
totally
could do
fine.
it.
yeah.
But no, and you know, in the past, people have had to go on with a script. So it happens, and
Stuff happens.
yeah, we keep going. You know, if it's too much, we'll cancel a show and move people. We did that for, you know, Drowsy Chaperone. We had to cancel the Thursday show, but then we added a Saturday matinee and moved most of the audience. Most of the audience was able to move, which was great.
That's awesome.
Yeah,
It's really nice. I mean, like you said, Jessica, the community atmosphere here, and that includes the audience. It's very supportive and very, you know, everybody's a team and they want to see a good show and they want the show to do well, and it's really nice. I gave a whole thing this morning on Breakfast with Ben about how like I think that there's so much good happening at any given time in this town in different ways, and like I feel like my job and what we do at 321 is just to try to shine just to hold a mirror up to the great stuff that's already happening. And the Granite Theater and doing this show has been a lot of fun for me. Because I get to talk about theater every week, and it's fun, and it's literally a joy to do this show, and to joke around and laugh and talk about, you know, whatever. But also, like, the Granite Theater is a very important part of our town, and to have this outlet for people like yourself who want to act and sing and play and be on stage, to have that is phenomenal. But also to have that for the people in the town that want to go see that and go experience it at a level that is professional and a level that is something that they can get lost in and immersed in. And Nicole, you have done a phenomenal job. You've done an absolutely fantastic job of taking this theater over the last few years and leading it into something great. And I'm not saying anything negative about the previous whatever. I'm not at all. But what you've done is really sensational, and it's something that should be applauded, and it's something that as many people as possible should know about, because there's a reason that these shows are selling out. There's a reason that more people are auditioning. There's a reason that random people that you've never met before sitting next to you at Perks and Corks have also auditioned for the show. There's a reason you have to add shows. Like, it's something special, and there are a lot of stories like that in this area that we get to share and talk about. But I love talking about this one every week for an hour, and I'm very excited about it. So thank you for being here always.
Thank you for having us. We love it.
I'm a monologue kind of guy. I'm just no, but anyway, that being said, do you do you get a break after this weekend?
Why are you
laughing
because I know
already?
the answer to it. I don't think she takes breaks.
Yeah, no, I definitely no. So I think I mentioned to you that I'm production managing and directing Twelfth Night with the Chorus of Westerly.
That's right. That's right. The 10th, 11th, and 12th of January.
Yes. So no break. And because we added another show next year, we're starting 3 weeks early.
Yep.
So our season starts March 7th, as opposed to when it usually starts, which is around March 22nd. And so maybe that's only 2 weeks early. But then also February 8th, we're doing Love Letters with Rona Mann and Cal Lord, and that's sponsored by the Rotary Club of Westerly. And so, I'll have a few.
I want to say, okay, hold on. I've never seen Cal Lord act.
Me neither. It's going to be so fun.
The Reverend Cal Lord. Pastor Cal.
He gets up on stage every single week. I think he's going to be great.
Sure. Yeah, absolutely. All right. Listen.
Also, I've been told he was in Charlie Brown.
Who was he in Charlie Brown and when?
I think he did it with Jane Mendez.
Okay.
You know what? I don't know.
I see him as Linus. I don't know
yeah,
why,
I could too. I could too. But yeah, and he's told me since I met him that he will eventually audition. So I almost got him into Guys and Dolls, but his daughter was getting married.
He would have been great as
Arvide.
As what? Arvide. Yes.
Yeah.
More I Cannot Wish You. Oh,
yeah.
God, that would have been awesome. Not, I'm sure that whoever.
Oh yeah.
No, was great.
Steve. I'm blanking on his last name, but he was absolutely wonderful.
Steve Spartano said the theater introduced me. The theater being Granite Theater. The theater introduced me to wonderful of creativity and people that have changed my life. Wonderful world of creativity.
There it is.
He corrected himself later. To a wonderful world of creativity and people that have changed my life.
So I had texted one of our actors from who was in the Christmas show last year, and she was in Our Town, and I had asked her if she'd be interested in stage managing this upcoming year, just because she seemed very organized and get the job done kind of person. And hilariously, that day I ran into her at a coffee shop, and she had asked me about Steve. She's like, "What's Steve doing right now at the theater?" And I was like, "Oh, he's not technically doing anything. He's about to paint the ceiling." She's like, "Oh, but he's not in the show. He's not doing a show." And I was like, "Well, no, he did just stage manage Sleuth, but otherwise he hadn't, done a show since the Christmas show. He stage managed the Christmas show last year." She was like, "I just feel like he's always in the building." And I'm like, "Yeah, because he wants to be. And I love that." And she's like, "Wait, so you're saying like if I just want to come and hang out, I can come and hang out?" I'm like, "Yes." She's like, "Well, then I want to do that." And I was like, I love that it's becoming a place that people are like, this is my home away from home. I want to spend time there. Can I come hang out? Yes, you can always come hang out.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Jessica, I know that you are always busy doing a bunch of things. You act outside of the Granite Theater as well, I believe, right?
Yes. Yeah.
And is Jessica the person that was doing like a TV shoot or something?
Yeah, it was my first experience as a background actor on a TV shoot, and it was the Gilded Age. They were filming in Newport.
Oh, nice.
We did a few days of filming, and I had a brush of greatness. Christine Baranski walked right towards me, and she stood in front of me, and I was like, "Oh my god!"
And she got to wear a beautiful dress.
I did. It was a gorgeous dress. They did my hair every day and did my makeup. It was an awesome experience.
That's great.
I mean, you stand around for 16 hours, and that's literally what you do. But it was still a great experience
and great food.
Oh yes,
yes,
yeah. Craft services.
Yes. my one offering to her was to bring Tupperware. So when you go to the craft services tent to just take the food.
Yes. Well, that's awesome. Is that something you'll want to do again in the future?
I think so. I think I would definitely go for it. Awesome.
Yeah. What has been your experience working with Nicole for the last few years?
It's see, if I like, she's not gonna believe me if I say it's amazing. I absolutely. So to give a little bit about my current situation, I was laid off for the first time in my life in August, and I was like, do I want to go back to the corporate world and, work for the man and big corporate, or do I want to follow my dream of performing? And Nicole was the first person I called, and I was like, do you think I can do this? And she like made time in her, what is an extremely busy schedule, to sit down with me and like give me tips and tell me that I have something. She told me I was talented, but I just
she is extremely talented.
So that kind of gave me the confidence, I guess, as I say it very tentatively, to actually try it for a little bit and see what happens. And got on the Gilded Age, and I'm here with this amazing cast and Nicole, and so she's wonderful. She's a great mentor. She's an amazing dancer. She's like, let me say all the nice things, but they're all true, really.
Well, I've heard nothing but the opposite.
I feel like every week I come here and then people just like give me goodness. like
that's why she keeps coming back.
Yeah.
Well, listen, it's not so. Here's the thing: if it wasn't all true, it's great. I love working with Nicole.
Like when you ask somebody at the theater, what did you think of the show? And they say, well, that was something.
Yeah.
That's what the answer
right.
is. Well, she's great.
She's great. She's great. No, it does mean a lot. But again, as I've said, if theater is about community and family and working together, and I wouldn't have it any other way. I don't want people to be sad or upset or stressed out coming into the theater. That's not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah.
We can't give our audience a good show if we're not having a good time. So
right. Beautifully said. Thank you guys so much for being here. I hear that there might be another show added on Saturday.
Yeah.
Keep an eye out. It might have it.
If that were true, if maybe there was a Saturday matinee at 2 p.m., how would people find out about that?
They could just go on the website, granitetheater.org. It might be there already. Or call the box office at 401-596-2341. The box office is closed today, but if you call...
by the time this airs...
by the time this airs, it'll probably be open.
Jessica, please, you're welcome back anytime.
Thank you.
Nicole,
Thank
you so much for being here. This is always a blast. And I can't wait to see you guys next week and to do an in-depth retrospective of what was a 1940s Christmas Carol. And then there's another show that sold out, the Christmas special.
Yes, Wednesday show. But you're gonna live stream it?
We're gonna, when is that?
Wednesday at 6.
This coming Wednesday?
This coming Wednesday at 6.
This coming
Wednesday at 6. December 11th.
In the middle of the so you're using the set as...
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Nice. Not taking that set down.
Not taking them
for the boomers.
How could you? Yeah. All right. So that'll be a lot of fun. And that's all she wrote for today, guys. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you for watching. Thank you to the Granite Theater. And you can go to granitetheater.org for tickets for this weekend show, which I think one exists outside of this magical, mythical Saturday matinee that may or may not, but definitely is happening. And thank you guys so much for being here. Jessica, it was lovely to meet you. Jessica Gates, Nicole DiMattei.
You say it right every time. Trust yourself.
No. I won't. I refuse to trust myself in this or any other context.
We'll work on that.
All right, guys. Thank you so much. We'll see you at the theater. Bye for now.
Bye.
Hi, this is Dan from Lathrop Insurance. In this challenging insurance environment, Lathrop Insurance can be your beacon in the storm to help you find the coverage you need at the right price. Now, more than ever, you need a partner in the insurance industry that can work with multiple carriers to make sure you have the right coverage at the right price. Lathrop Insurance carries home, auto, and business insurance and can be reached at 401-596-2525. We've been supporting the local community since 1939, and we look forward to working with you.
Hot summers and cold winters can be unbearable, but D&V Mechanical has the solution for you. As a Mitsubishi Diamond dealer, we provide energy-efficient and personalized comfort solutions for your home. Our experienced technicians will install your new system quickly and efficiently, ensuring your complete satisfaction. Don't suffer through another season of discomfort. Contact D&V Mechanical today for a personalized ductless mini-split installation that fits your lifestyle. D&V Mechanical, your comfort is our top priority.
Hi, I'm Chris Kozłowski, owner of Broadview Florist and Garden Center in Dunn's Corners. For over 40 years, our family-owned business has been your go-to destination for beautiful, custom-made floral arrangements. Whether it's a special event or just to brighten up your day, we create highest quality designs tailored just for you. Trust Broadview Florists to make every moment unforgettable. Visit us today or give us a call at 401-322-0390.
Are you looking for a fresh cut in Westerly? Step into Rio's Barber Shop in Granite Plaza. Whether it's a classic trim or a trendy new look, we've got you covered. Experience the perfect cut for every age and style in a friendly and relaxed atmosphere. At Rio's, it's not just a haircut, it's an experience. Visit Rio's Barber Shop in the Granite Plaza in Westerly or give us a call to schedule your appointment at 401-315-2208. Your style, our craft, Rio's Barber Shop.
I am Jim Howe. My practice is focused on representing people injured in car accidents, representing people injured in premises liability, represent people in all walks of life. I say all the time that I represent the underdog, and by the underdog I mean the person who is injured and is facing lawyers that are hired by insurance companies. If you unfortunately find yourself injured in an automobile collision or in any other circumstance where insurance may come into play, think of giving me a call.
Experience local excellence with Roof Right Roofing in Charlestown, Rhode Island. With over 40 years of unmatched expertise, Roof Right specializes in architectural shingles and holds the prestigious title of GAF Master Elite Installers. Known for their commitment to the community and support for local initiatives, Roof Right is your trusted partner for all of your home's roofing needs. Call today for a free estimate at 401-212-4140.
Ever thought about leveling up your fitness game in a fun and meaningful way? Kiefer's Martial Arts on Granite Street has everything you're looking for. Kickboxing, Muay Thai, Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and of course, adult karate. It's not just about getting fit, it's about building your self-confidence, discipline, and that unstoppable feeling you get from all your hard work. Stop in to Kiefer's Martial Arts today to sign up.
What's going on, everybody? It's Patrick down here at the Wireless Zone at Dunn's Corners at 224 Post Road, and everybody down here is getting the brand new iPhone 16. We have it here in stock. The best part is right now, if you trade in your old phone, you get it for free. We got deals all weekend, awesome savings. Come on down and see us, 224 Post Road, Dunn's Corners, Verizon Wireless Zone. We'll see you soon.
Brunch has arrived at Surf Cantina every Saturday and Sunday, 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. And don't miss our weekly specials like Monday Night Industry Night, Taco Tuesday with DJ Trivia, $1 Wing Wednesdays, Reggae Thursdays, DJs every weekend at 10 p.m. and karaoke on Sundays at 8. Only at Surf Cantina, 15 Canal Street in downtown Westerly.
Hi, I'm Neil Anthus, owner of Sound Financial Partners. We're a full-service financial planning practice dedicated to optimizing your investment, tax, and cash flow strategies. As fiduciaries, we always keep our advisory clients' best interests in mind when making recommendations. Whether you're preparing for retirement or growing your business, we're here to help you achieve your financial goals. Ready to start your journey to financial success? Visit us at our Westerly office or give us a call at 401-642-4333.